Hey guys, the new F-Lite 200 high hang points cross-country machine in 5 minutes. Let's hope we make it. All right, so we've got a brand new harness, high hang point attachments, no swing arms. So it is a traditional high hang points machine like we used to have on the Instinct. We've got these nifty little buckles. You've got a waist buckle. You also have a shoulder strap securement, which allows for this not to be sliding off your shoulders when you're doing your forward launch. All right, so you've got individual connections, harness connections over your legs, which is something that pilots were looking forward to. You have a Velcro securement of the speed bar, and also you'll notice that there are 3 inlets over here for strapping. This is to increase the length of the seat board for the guys with long legs. You can order it like that from the factory. It's not adaptable on the older harnesses, so only on the new models. Very luxurious feel, incredibly comfortable. You've got the side pockets like you have on the Instinct, or used to have on the Instinct. Little mirror to check your fuel capacity, goes with a little winch back into its place, secured with Velcro. Pocket on the other side as well. You've got a reserve chute capability underneath the seat with a reserve handle, and that just takes everything away from you in front of you from a cockpit perspective. You've got the throttle securing with a magnet onto the harness like that. One start stop ignition. This is a fully computerized engine. The computer allows you to switch on and switch off the engine using a single button, and that allows you not to have to take your hands off the toggles when you're coming in for landing, switching off the engine and needing a go around ability. Also on the throttle you've got a indicator light, goes red, green, red, orange, green depending on the battery level, because this engine runs with a small tiny battery. Spark to the engine is provided with a battery. It's a revolutionary system which allows us to remove a lot of the power generation systems of a traditional engine. The power of this little battery will give you 55 starts if it's fully charged. Charges in about 10 to 15 minutes. Will give you about around about 1,800 kilometers of flight time as well. We've tested on the Icarus, so this is quite a nice invention. So to be clear, power to, or spark to the engine, goes from the battery to the computer to the coil box to the engine. There's no power generation happening at the engine that provides the spark. All right, okay, I'm not going to put that back, don't have time, only have 5 minutes. Anti-torque systems. You have an anti-torque belt like you remember on the Rodeo or on the older Instinct. You've got other anti-torque systems also incorporated, but that might not come standard from the factory. You will have to speak to your importer or dealer to try and arrange that for you. And you have Scout to thank for that. Go investigate on your own time. All right, so you've got a master switch and a bulb. You've got a quick release here that allows you to take the harness off. So it is a fast release system. Take the harness off. You've got the back panel exposed under these 2 bolts, and you have access to the engine and to the fuel lines for servicing or in-field recovery. All right, so anti-torque obviously we already covered. Now on the engine side, you've got a titanium exhaust as an option, very nice to have. You've got the cooling shroud, very important. Traditional Walbro carb like we have on all the F-Lites with the racing filter on it or rodeo filter on it. Matsubu starter, electric start. Obviously this has got no pull start capability whatsoever. Then we get to the cargo pod. Inside the pod you will find a zipper system that closes this up to a much smaller space. It could be around 3 to 4 liters in space when it's closed up. You undo those zippers on the inside, it expands the cavity quite a bit. You have about 8 liters of space there, and you can add the fuel system. I'm going to be showing you, this is not a Nirvana fuel system, but it gives you an idea of how you'll do that. This is the inner for a Desert Fox 6-liter fuel capacity bag. Just slap it right in there. You've gone to the fuel station, you're filled up, got a fuel line going through on a hole in the side of the pocket. Next, nice dry, no leaks. Line goes around the outside. I've got a fuel bulb here and another valve that actually just goes to the carburetor. Over there you will see a 3-way splitter that allows the fuel to go from the reserve part to the fuel tank to the carburetor. Just a quick couple of facts. It's a 27 horsepower engine produced at 6,500 RPM, but with a different propeller configuration it can produce up to 7,500 RPM, and there are more propeller developments happening coming down the line. With the reserve bladder you'll be able to carry about 18 liters of fuel, which if you are flying with something like the Warp 1 at a certain wing loading, trims closed in all the way, will give you 1.9 liters fuel consumption per hour, and that is 9.4 hours of range that you've got in that flight configuration. So if you're doing something like the Speed Run Cup where you're flying on the speed bar for the totality of the range, it'll give you 3.4 through 3.5 hours of range. That is unbeatable. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Got any questions? My email is in the description below. Pop me one. I will make a longer video for the guys that like bedtime stories. Adios. See you later.